Melva Inkechieri Uguru, my party of life. Thank you for coming. How was your journey?
It was good.
No stress, no wahala at all. See, we
And
understand
thank you
ourselves.
for pronouncing my name well.
I told you I am improving. All of you, like accolades. Hey, thank you very much. Okay, so basically, we've been discussing the issues, the challenges, everything concerning disability inclusion, the exclusion, everything. And Barrister Faithville, she really expressed herself, and she finally told us that she was going to be working hand in hand with Jonabit, and we are very grateful for that, and we hope to see the works of their hands. So basically, I want you to come in now and let us know solutions. We've only been discussing problems. Let's talk solutions now, everybody. Let's find solutions. Like we don't have to wait for the government. That's the thing. Everybody is fighting and striving for a better situation. So let's just look for a way. Let's plan it out. Let's discuss it now. So, Ma, let me hear you. Give me solutions.
Thank you very much. I love solutions because it's good to discuss challenges, but in discussing those challenges, you should also be solution oriented. So, and I've always been a preacher of cohesion, finding ways to create cohesion between the CSOs, CBOs, and the government as well. And also finding ways as a person, because I believe that everyone is first an advocate of whatever you believe in. And in this case, inclusion. John Abid is here. I'm happy they are here. I'm happy that the GBV task force was also very much represented as well. And I'm very grateful for the legal personnel in Catch and Bail initiative that is here, who have also had experience working with government and had our own reservations about working with them. And we had to find ways. We also all have to collectively find ways to work together and ensure that those challenges are mitigated. One is the fact that till date, in the 21st century, persons with disability are still being not just discriminated against, but dehumanized by their own parents and communities. When you lock up a child in their home, a home that should be theirs, they should freely walk around, because they have a disability, you categorize them, lock them up, and you don't care if they are humans or not. You only care about them being shamed to you. Now, what can we do about that? First of all, it is very easy to blame the parents who do this. It is very easy to blame the community. But I also want us to look at the fact that these people are acting out of ignorance.
Yes.
And it is our fault that they are acting out of ignorance. Because we have gone out to know better. How can we help them also come to where we're at in knowledge? It is through awareness creation. You can go to churches, not even talk about the people in the rural communities who do not have access to social media. You can wake up and decide everyone here has a village. We can go to those communities. We have something we call Ndebi in Igbo land. We call like age group.
Okay.
Where you have meetings, you pay dues and all those things. Even if you don't have one, thank God for churches, religious bodies that could serve as avenues. You could go there and then talk to the pastor or the parish priest to give you opportunity to speak with either women or children or men or just the church in general about inclusion. I think that these people will be grateful to know that those children they see as burden are not burden after all. That they can access information too, and that they can also better their lives and not be dependent all their lives. So, and if we bring the information that we have to these communities, I'm sure they'll be grateful and act better. John Apid, the secretary, has a lot of odds presented against him. But the truth is, I believe that human beings, there's a reason why we have the Guinness Book of Record in it. Yes. We have the Guinness, because when you limit a person, they always find ways to break those limitations. Challenges are there to be surmounted. They are there to make you better. If those challenges you're facing, if it comes, then it's left for you to think of avenues to challenge them. And that's why you see people, that's simply what being a change maker is. Currently, We have learning centers in some communities and we don't have in some others. And we have a presence in some communities and we don't have in some others. With your presence here, we now know one more person who can stand in for persons with disability in Ohaza, in that community. And then with Barrister Faith Vin Wancho, the GBV task force coordinator for Ebonyi State, that's a whole lot already achieved. We will not be hearing things like a person with disability was raped. That is so I can't wrap my head around it. I cannot wrap my head around it. And what is even more painful is the response that they get from the people who should love them, who should accept them, and who should protect them,
even
and
community
defend them.
leaders apart from their family, people that are staying in that community.
You know, the community is, you know, these people with disability are already considered uneducable. We forget that disability, they are first human beings before they are persons with disability. And we forget that disability is not exclusive to a group of persons.
Yes.
Because someone can be able today. You can just go out and disability will happen to you.
Thank you very much. That was very, very insightful. So Ma, you know, talking about legal actions now. The last time, I just want you to like give a brief, you know, short one, a brief overview of these places that you mentioned that the government did not really do anything. How best do you think, can they combat this thing law-wise, legally? Can they come out and be like, because I guess these institutions are owned by the government, I mean.
Yes.
So if the government is not actually doing anything, can they fight them legally? Can they drag their courts?
Thank you so much. The truth is that you know that the 1999 Constitution, which is the fundamental law of the land, that is the law that supersedes every other law in this country. And you know, under Chapter 4 of the Constitution, Chapter 4 embodies the rights, the fundamental rights of citizens. And under Chapter 2, there are also other rights, but those rights under Chapter 2, they would always say that they are not enforceable.
Why?
They are just like cosmetics, right? They are just there for the
beautification of the Constitution.
Thank you so much. So the right to education, I feel, falls under that Chapter 2, which the law says that it's only when the National Assembly picks up a particular section of that law and they enact it into law before it will have the force of law. There are other laws, but the law is that any law that is not in tandem with the provision of the Constitution is
invalid, is void.
Yes,
it can't be put into
Thank
power.
you so much.
Okay.
So any law that goes contrary, that is not in line with the provisions of the Constitution, that law is void. So the issue of free education, there are laws actually put in place. There are policies that are put in place to take care of the rights of people with special needs. But when you come to think of it, the disability, there is this law enacted in 2018 that takes care of people with disabilities. That law under Section 1 made it obvious that discrimination against a person with disability is a serious offense, to the tune that if anybody infringes it, that person will be fined ₦1,000,000. So now, that law, when you talk of education, provides for free education for persons with disability, but you cannot enforce it under the Constitution because it is not enforceable for being fraud, for not being
so that Chapter 2 is not justiciable.
Yes.
So even if they shout, they clamor, they do everything, it's just like a simple
You cannot take government to court now that you didn't provide
this and this
yes,
concerning
didn't provide
education.
free education. You can actually go to court, like all these people that are raped, you can actually go to court because you have the right to dignity of a human person. You have that right not to be subjected to torture, not to be raped and all that. So those ones fall under Chapter 4 of the Constitution that provides for fundamental rights of the citizens.
Thank you very much, ma'am. That was very, very enlightening. So, sir, finally to you. So, I just want to give this, avenue. So, what are you going to do going forward from here?
Thank you so much. I must tell you, from now onwards, we are going to embark on some journey, and that journey includes educating people with disability, both those in the urban area and the rural area. And also we are going to interact with the villagers, mostly the leaders over there. And we need to let them know that being disabled, yes, it's not a cause, and anybody can be disabled. In fact, we have different types of disability. So the causes of this disability might not be, you are not the cause. It can come at any time. Somebody can have an accident and become a disabled person. Somebody like me, I'm a victim of drug abuse. Yes, that is the result of the disability I'm having.
Thank you very much, everyone, for your contribution, for discussing the challenges, and also talking about the solutions. Thank you very, very much for coming as well. Short notice. Thank you. So basically, thank you very much for tuning in and staying till the very, very end. It has not been easy. Thank you for engaging with our posts. Thank you for commenting, for liking. We truly, truly appreciate and see everything. Thank you very much. So join me next time as we are going to continue with literacy solutions. Basically, we're still going to bring you fresh content. We're going to bring discussion, banter, enlightenment, basically. So I'm going to see you and take care.